Hello. Hello, how are we? Boom. Hello. How are we all doing? Hope we're well. So, yes. I apologise very quickly about the picture quality. Hopefully it might be better when I actually upload it, because it might actually upscale it to HD, better quality once I've uploaded. I don't know. I'm using my webcam on my main computer. I've played with the settings a little bit. It seemed to be a little bit too bright and too sensitive, so I've tried to dial it down a bit and adjust. So I hope it's satisfactory for the moment. So yes and yes and yes. As you can see by the title page, I am back home from holiday. I've been away for the past week in Spain. I got home last night, and now it's Operation TFNation 2023, people. And I have kind of neglected my TFNation, I won't say duties, because I'm not on the staff. I'm not a staff member, I'm not a volunteer or anything like that. I just simply like to make videos to help create some buzz and word of mouth for the convention, for the great people that run the convention, and also for people out there that... Oh, I've had a mishap with my drink. That is good. There we go. Problem diverted. It's better. Anyway, like I was saying, so it's Operation TFNation. Like I was saying, I've kind of neglected my duties to a certain degree, or my voluntary basis duties, to get some news out there. Since my last video, there has actually been a couple of announcements. There's also, in this video is going to be relatively quite long, come on now, this is me. This is me talking here. Most of my videos are longer than they should be. Let's face it. But yeah, this is going to also cover some topic questions as well that's been started. It's nice to see some topic questions start again. Something that I don't know if there was that much buzz around last year's. I can't remember that many people actually getting involved besides myself and Tony and a couple other people. But this year it seems people are finally coming out the woodwork again. People that have been going to TFN for many years, since it started or whatever. And it's starting, people are starting to make the videos, people are starting to get excited. And so this video is going to cover most bases. It's going to mention, I'm going to be mentioning in this video about a couple of guest announcements that I've yet to mention. They've also, through the TFNation website, they are going to, they've been also on the website and also on their Facebook page and social media, Twitter. They have been announcing some of their programming, some of their panels. So there's been about 3, maybe 4 panels being announced so far. That is subject to change. They will most certainly be announcing more in the next couple of weeks. We are not long away at all now. Let me just check the calendar. We are currently on the 9th of July. Yeah, 9th of July. So for me, from the 13th, yeah, from the 13th, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. I think 4 weeks, 5 weeks, give or take. Until I set off. I will be setting off for TFNation on the Thursday, which, and honestly, no, actually no, it'd be 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm getting confused, that's what I'm doing. Dear me. Yeah. 4 or 5 weeks, give or take, according to the calendar, if I can get it right. Anyways, so this is going very well, this video. Anyway, So yes, yeah, so we haven't got very long at all, according to the calendar. Give or take about a month or so to go. I will be, like I said, I'll be arriving on the Thursday, right through to the Monday, going home Monday afternoon, back to catch the coach, come home. This year I will be on my own, travelling up, unless Tony sorts out his transport. Maybe I might get joined by Tony as well on the coach, there and back. I sorted my travel out while I was in Spain on holiday. I thought to get it all out the way. I've let Tony know about my arrangements, so if he wishes to book the same method of transport as I have, then he has all the information he needs. So yeah, at the moment it's looking like I'm going to be travelling on my own this year. There's going to be no Sam. Reserve Firestone will not be joining me for TFN this year, which I am quite, it's a shame, because me and him, TFN and Auto Assembly's kind of been our thing for the past well over 10 years. But my good bud Sam made a video, uploaded a video a few days ago, might have been maybe Wednesday or Thursday, basically announcing that he will not be at TFN. And it is a shame, but I understand. He has a brand new job. He finally has managed to track down a full-time job. So his start date, I believe, is this week, this Monday, or this week or next week. So all of his initial training and all that sort of jazz will be initiated, and so he kind of wants to focus on the training side of it, and hopefully he'll be at TFN next year. There's also a couple of other people I want to mention that won't be at TFN that I know about so far. I know my good bud Sammy, Skullgreen 140. He won't be there, which is a shame, because I love Sammy. He's awesome. It's good to talk movies and talk all sorts of stuff with him, and art and drawing and things of that nature. It's great to talk to Sammy. So it's a shame he won't be there. And also my good bud Jared, Wolfgang 1, sadly won't be joining us for TFN either. So there's a few people that I know of. I don't know about anyone else, but I know there's at least 2 or 3 people off the top of my head that have announced or have told me they aren't going. Which is a shame on all fronts. I love Jared. Jared's awesome. He's absolutely awesome. I love our conversations. There's been a couple very funny moments at TFN, where me and him have been the only person up. Me and Jared, one year we were literally the only 2 people in the bar, and they were literally cleaning. The early morning cleaning staff started, and they were just cleaning around us, and we just sat in the bar and going outside, and then I didn't think I went to bed till about 7 or something, stupid, like 7, half 7 or something like that in the morning, and I just crashed on the floor in the hotel room, and then woke up, went for breakfast. I went for breakfast as soon as it opened, and then I went to the hotel room and then crashed on the floor, and then woke up about 12 and missed about half the morning's panels. But that was fun. But anyway, so let's get into it. I've spoken way too long as it is, but end of the day, I don't really give a shit. This video is going to be as long as it's going to be. Some people don't have an attention span anymore to watch videos over a certain amount of time, but end of the day, I've got limited time, and I want to try and cram as much as possible into one upload and try and get a couple bases covered, try and get some buzz going, have a little chin wag, people. There's nothing wrong with a chin wag. I know that today it's all text messaging or FaceTiming rather than face-to-face and actual conversation these days, but come on now, people, we need to get back to the days of just talking and listening. It'd be nice to get back to those days. Anyway, so then, first business cause of business then. I've got it all on my phone, so I can just bring it all up. I won't be able to do any fancy stuff on my computer. I don't have a very good editing software on my computer. let me just mute this because I don't want any notifications coming through and while I'm doing this. But yeah, let me get a look here. Where are we? So, first port of call is I'm going to. I can't remember if I've mentioned this guy yet. I believe he must have been announced. Oh, I've got it here. He was announced on the 4th of July. So, yeah, I don't think I've mentioned him. But of course, it wouldn't be TFNation without Mr. Ed Perry. Ed Perry has been announced. He is an artist, comic book artist. I've got it here. He has worked on Transformers 19 to 22, 2019 to 22, War's End, Fate of Cybertron, Definitive G1 Collection, and Dawn of the Predicus. So Ed Perry, obviously, Ed Perry is also, I think, one of the artists that does a lot of the art stuff for the convention as well. So he's been going ever since it started, and I met him back at when it was Auto Assembly. Great guy. He's a really good guy, he's Ed Perry. So he will be there as well as a guest of honour. So yeah, there's that one. So Ed Perry. I can't remember if I've mentioned this guy. He was actually mentioned back in May. I might have mentioned him. If I have, I do apologise for repeating myself. But it's one of those things. Is sometimes you just don't know who you've mentioned or who you've missed out. Nick Roche. Mr. Nick Roche has been announced as a guest of honour as well. Obviously, Nick Roche needs really no introduction. He will be joined along with James Roberts. I believe he's also been announced. So he's obviously a writer and artist. Spotlight Cup, Megatron, Spotlight Cup and Megatron, Last Stand of the Wreckers, Requiem and Last Stand, Sins and Requiem of the Wreckers, and Last Bot Standing. So he will also be there as well, Mr. Nick Roche. So also what was announced is that Robocen, they were at TFNation Minicon as well. So they were at TFN Minicon. They had a booth and they had a couple of their Optimus Prime robots kind of being. You could actually buy them there as well, I believe. I think they had some for sale. But yet they had some on display and doing their little things, doing the stuff. So they were, but they're also going to be in force at TFN as well, I believe, if that is what I'm seeing here. So Robocen will be at TFN 2023 as well. So then, oh, excuse me. So the next port of call is I'm going to talk about the panels. The panels that they have at the moment announced, and when they're going to be. Now, I only bought the Saturday and Sunday ticket this year. I initially was trying to watch the pennies because money's not been too good to me this year, or for me this year. So I initially just went and bought the Saturday and Sunday. I haven't bought the ClubCon ticket. This is the first year I'm not going to have ClubCon, but that doesn't really matter. End of the day, I mostly go for the people over most of stuff anyway. But I have actually gone and bought a Friday ticket now, so I'm going Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I've got my tickets for the main 3 days. So I have a ticket for Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, or Sunday day, and whatever. I just don't have a ClubCon. Now, the reason why I don't have a ClubCon is because, well, you have to buy a Saturday day ticket in order to be able to have the ClubCon. But because when I first bought my tickets, the Saturday and Sunday, it was quite a bit of money, and I thought, well, maybe I can go back and get my ClubCon at a later date, but I wasn't able to. So, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm quite happy to just have the main 3 days so that I can actually gain access and go to see any panels if I wish to. So that's all I really care about. Now, this is one of them. This is one of the panels that they have announced. Something called the Quill is mightier than the Requiem Blaster. This will be occurring on Sunday. So this is going to be on the Sunday. And basically, just a summary, just to read it out here. It's basically it's a writers panel. So it's going to be So it's going to be a panel with Cat, James Roberts as well. I believe, if I'm reading that right. So it's basically going to be an always insightful, our writers panel. So it's a writers panel. So where do characters, plots and story ideas come from? What journeys do they take from hitting the page/screen? So that's going to be an interesting panel for those that are interested in comic books and things and the writing process. Usually my writing process, if I've ever written anything in the past, like a story or something, it's usually just seeing the blinking cursor for hours and like, I don't know what to write. The next one is, obviously they announced the Pretenders cosplay competition, which would be a ClubCon. Sadly, I'm going to be missing that. But anyway, so that's going to be Saturday the 12th on the evening. So if any of you, I don't know if they are still available to, or if you can actually still enter. I believe you can. I mean, we're like a month away now, so I believe you might still, if you're someone who cosplays, you might still be able to enter if you wished. But that's going to be on Saturday evening for ClubCon. And next, there's another one. This is for the Friday night, called Bone of Contention. And basically, it's going to be a panel with Steve White. So it's going to so as if Steve White's guest announcement wasn't already a huge prehistoric win. TFNation 2023 will have even more to satisfy the most passionate Dinobot fans. So in a special Friday panel, 65 million years in the making, paleontologist and Moonbase 2 co-host Mike O'Sullivan gives us an expert view on the portrayal and evolution of dinosaurs in Transformers media. So that'll be kind of interesting. I do love my Transformers. I love my dinosaurs and that. So that will be awesome. And then we have, this is what made me buy the ticket for TFN for the Friday. This is what I saw this come up and I was like, shit, this is for the Friday as well. I don't have a Friday night ticket. So as soon as this was announced, I went, right, I'm buying myself a Friday ticket. It's mostly because of this panel. So there's going to be a special panel about Gunpla. Now, for those people that don't know what Gunpla is, it's basically plastic model kits based on the Mobile Suit Gundam thing from Japan, anime, manga, and they're basically produced by Bandai and model kits. They had TFNation a couple of years ago did something of this where you could actually get yourself a model kit and have a go at it and build it there. So this is the second time that they're actually going to be doing something regarding Gunpla. So this will be very much up my alley, my street. So basically, so it says build a mech, a history of Gunpla. So time to build. So A.B. Silvera and Erica Walsh will take you through the history and development of Gundam plastic model kits, or Gunpla for short. Learn all about the different technological advances, how Gunpla became a cultural phenomenon in Japan and its expansion throughout the globe, as well as how you can dip your toes into this fun hobby. So that's going to be very interesting. So I'm very much going to check that out if I don't get a bit too waylaid with the old alcohol. But we shall see. So I think that's everything. If I've missed anything information out, I will go back and double check. If I've missed any sort of information out, I will try to make a follow-up video and make sure all bases are covered. Okay. I like to try and make sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. I like to try and do that as best as I possibly can. So then, the final part of the video is getting into some of the fun questions. Now, my good friend Chris Gaunt, he has been on the People Going to TFNation Facebook group. He is actually one of the admins and moderators on there. So he's been coming up with some interesting question points to either make a video response or reply to on the actual thing. So I'm going to participate and answer the couple that he's actually posted in the video as well. So we are like 20 minutes into the video nearly, but well, I try and make these as short as possible so we're not too long. But anyway, so Chris says here in this one, okay, new TFNation question, feel free to make a video. That's what I'm doing. What is your standard TFNation routine? Now, he's gone to town and actually bullet point, actually done 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I don't have, well, basically, whenever it comes to prepping for TFNation, a routine for TFN, of course, first of all, book the tickets. Second of all, book transportation. And then when it comes to actually packing or my routine around it, it is usually doing countdown video related videos right up until the point of everything's been announced, everything's been mentioned and shared through TFN. And yeah, so that's kind of a routine for me, is to kind of do the video side of things, try and get the hype there. And then when it comes to packing, I always try to pack as many t-shirts as I possibly can, because obviously when we go to TFN it will be in August, and August is obviously our peak summer season, so it's going to be it could be quite warm, it could be really shit weather, I don't know. So I usually I might maybe like pack like a hoodie in case it rains, so I've got at least something to put on. I don't do coats, I don't do big heavy coats, I don't like being real hot or warm in coats, so I usually try to be as light as possible, so that's usually how I am. But yeah, so I probably might bring my TFN hoodie from a few years ago, all my t-shirts and things, make sure I've got deodorant, make sure I've got all my shower gel stuff, all my, because it's going to be warm, we're going to be all cooped up inside of a hotel room for 4 days, well, me 4 days, some people may vary, so it can get quite BO-y quite quickly, so it's a good idea to go and get a shower a couple of times. So that will be certainly a good thing to put on your lists, routine lists. So yes, I will be so that's basically it. Just make sure I've got deodorant, make sure I've got enough clothes to last me, make sure I've got my chargers and everything I need, power bank as well for my phone in case I need to charge my phone and I'm not in my hotel. Maybe I've gone into Birmingham. Sometimes I like to go into Birmingham as well. Usually on a Friday when I first get there, or well, Thursday I'll be getting there. I'll be arriving the Thursday, but the Friday, depending when the panel is, because I don't want to miss that Maker Gundam. So I'll see when that is first before I make any decision. But I like to sometimes go to Birmingham City Centre, go and have a museum around the geeky shops and things, and then come back, and then usually that's how I roll. So that's basically my routine. It's make sure I've got enough clothes, make sure I've got everything I need, power bank, all that kind of stuff, make sure everything's charged, headphones, things of that nature. I don't bring toys with me to play in the bar. It's just not my thing. I don't play with anything. There's been a couple of times where I might have sat there and somebody's maybe just handed me a toy or a figure and said, "Do you want to have a look at this?" And yeah, okay, and I'll have a little tinker with it. But that's as far as I go. I mean, everyone's different. You know, you get a lot of people that are in the bar and they just sit there and, you know, just have a little play with a new toy they've picked up or something they brought from home. It's all good. I don't have a problem with it per se, but I don't do it because I'm a bit thingy of losing anything. If something was to pop off and I can't find it, it can easily happen, you know. QC problems and all that, something could snap off, and that's just me. I don't want anything to break before we've even got it home, and that's usually what I do. I just buy it and I go and take it straight back to my hotel room, where it's nice and safe until I get home. So that's that one. So let's move on to the other one that I did, which is this one. So I already replied to this on Facebook, but I want to kind of acknowledge it in this as well. So basically, okay, everyone, basically your best memory of TFN and your funniest memory. So my best memory, I have two best memories for TFN. Basically, this is exactly what I replied to him on the Facebook post itself as well. Now, Stan Bush. I think I'm going to literally be. I think most people are going to say Stan Bush is probably one of their best moments. That if they've got those people that actually went to TFN that year when Stan Bush was there. Some people have, you know, there's some people that probably have been to TFN within the last year or two. They maybe missed it. I don't know. But for me, Stan Bush has to be my standout best moment, because it was just unreal that we managed to get Stan Bush at TFNation and experience a full-on gig concert, and it was just an incredible year. What an experience that was. It was just so good. And then the second one, yeah, okay, sorry, I'm going to bring down the mood a little bit with this one. I don't give a crap. I know some people, I get the feel some people are a bit sick of it when I go a little bit like this, when I start talking about my mum and everything. But end of the day, I've got to acknowledge it, because that year when my mum passed away, I was unsure of going for obvious reasons. I wasn't really in the mood for socialising. I wasn't the best person to be around at that time because I was grieving, and yeah. And so yeah, the year my mum passed away has to be one of the best moments as well. Not for the toys, not for anything too specific, but it was just how everybody, all my friends, rallied around me that year. That's what I needed. I needed to be with people. I needed to be with my friends, people who got me, who get me, people who like to be in my company. And that year really helped me immensely, beyond measure. It really did. It just helped me beyond measure. You know, I'm not going to mention certain names just in case I forget certain people by accident, because that won't be fair on everybody. But those of you that were there that year when my mum passed away, we're talking, my mum's been gone 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. So it was 5 years ago, TFN. So it might have been literally out of the first or second TFNation or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, so it's 5 years. Or 6, yeah, 5 years. I'll just say 5 years to make things less complicated. But anyway, so yeah, my mum's been gone a few years now. But yeah, so whoever was there that year, and if you came up to me and, you know, your condolences or whatever, or bought me a drink or whatever it was just felt so, I just felt so welcomed, and I just felt much more at ease, and it was nice to finally laugh, because it was something that I wasn't doing very much of at the time. I was very much into myself. I was in denial as well about things. And so yeah, that year, and also that year, Dave, Emily, Mighty Grimlock, Few, and there was somebody else as well. I think there was someone else, but anyway, Brad, I think Brad. So yeah, basically the Transformers YouTube community guys, the TFYTC podcast guys, they put on this game show thing. I think it was on the Friday night, I think it was, and I was invited to join them on stage. I think it was the year my mum passed as well, and that was incredible. It was so nice of them to actually invite me in the first place. Hardly anybody in that, well, some people would know who I am, but not everybody would have that was participating. Most people would have been there for Few. Let's face it, most people would have been in that room for Few, not for me. But no, it was really, really cool to share a stage alongside Few and Dave and Emily and a few others, and it was just so good to. That was just so nice of those people to ask to invite me on. So that was a real nice moment as well. So funniest moment to finish it off with. There's far too many to even remember. I think some of the most funniest ones were auto assembly related, but TFN related, I honestly can't think of anything top of my head for funniest. I think I don't know. There's just so many great moments. This is the thing, the social factor. I don't laugh very much usually when I'm not at TFN or well with my friends. You know, I have a giggle on that, but it's just for me personally is, you know, TFN. You know, I just feel so much at ease with myself and welcomed, and I just have proper gut laughing, just out loud laughing, no shits given kind of laughing, and yeah, it's so many. I just can't really answer that question properly because there's just so many good moments and funny moments. I think there was one more. Oh yeah, so they did a video as well. Basically, Tim and Chris Gaunt, they did TFN do's and don'ts. So I'm gonna just quickly say for do's. Basically, in relation to do's and don'ts, do go to TFNation. If you've never been, you will not regret it. If you don't want to go for a full weekend, maybe just go for a day and just find out for yourself. Do is make sure you take plenty of, try and hydrate. Hydrate yourself, drink plenty of water. When you go, make sure you indulge on the breakfast because it's going to be a long day. You're going to be walking about a lot, so fuel up. If it's very sunny and hot, sun cream up. Good idea. Join in with people. If you see a group of people playing a game, just go and say, can I join you? You most certainly will be allowed to because everyone's very approachable. And if you have also another do, if you have any concerns, if you have any disability issues, or you would like to raise that you have a disability or something to do with anything of that kind of nature, you best just contacting the TFNation team and they will most certainly be able to help you out if you have any sort of questions or queries. Don'ts, I will have to say, I don't know really with don'ts. Just don't be an arsehole, basically. That's going to be one good one. Just don't be an arsehole. Don't be an ignorant twat. Don't go stealing stuff off tables. Because sadly that happened at TFN Minicon. Some twat went to there was a stall next to Toy Fu. He was literally on the edge of Toy Fu and he was a different guy. I don't think he was related to Toy Fu at all. I don't think. And unfortunately he witnessed somebody, or somebody else witnessed somebody swipe a figure off his table and run off with it. So that sort of shit, does not fly. So yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go stealing stuff. Don't be an arsehole, basically. We're all there to have a good time. We're all in the same boat. We all pretty much have the same sort of interests in ourselves, you know. Some people like anime, some people like comic books, some people like D&D, playing video games. Not just Transformers, you know, we have many different interests. So, you know, we're all there to enjoy it and to, you know, experience it all as a group of people and friends. So just don't be a dick. Simple as. So I think that's everything. Just double check my phone. Yeah, I think I'm sorted. But yes, so that's going to be the video then, people. It's over 30 minutes long, nearly 35. Couldn't give a crap. But it's been good to get to chinwag and to have a good old conversation and to have a bit of a laugh, and that's how I roll with YouTube videos. People take YouTube too seriously, unless you generally have enough crowd support there, where you generally do run it as a business, which, you know, there's a couple people in the Transformers thing that run it as kind of a business more than a hobby. But for me, it's a hobby first and most, and that's just how I roll. I'm unscripted. It's just 100% nosy, 100% me, no fabrication, no scripting. It's just me. Not like there's anything wrong with scripting. That's just how I roll. I'm just 100% authentic me. So, thank you ever so much for watching. This is going to be the end of the video now. So that's going to be a few ticks. So I've caught up with guest announcements, caught up with some panels and panel announcements. So basically I'm going to be keeping an eye on the TFNation social media over the next couple of weeks, up until the point of going. If there's anything else, last minute things, anything very important that gets announced, I will make sure to make a follow-up video as well. And also I might come up with some ideas of videos for myself, some topical questions or topical videos. I might see if I can get my name out there with them as well. I'll see how things go. I'm back at work tomorrow now after being off for a week. So my next holiday is TFN. So I'm back to work tomorrow, so I will only be available over the weekends from now on. So when I've got time, I will try to keep you all updated, and I will be coming back with Transformers reviews as well. I want to try and at least do maybe one or two if I can in the time frame of going. But thank you. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you hope I made you chuckle. Maybe if I didn't, I apologise. But yeah, if you have any queries, if you have any questions or queries, or if you're someone that still hasn't bought a ticket yet for this year and are still contemplating or have never been, go to the website. The website link is below in the description. Go to the website. If you have any queries, send a message to the team. You will get a prompt response, and they will help you as best as they possibly can. Just YouTube it. I've got plenty of videos about TFNation. Other people have also done some pretty good videos as well, talking about TFN. So you've got plenty of resource there to go to in order to get an idea of what to expect. But anyway, so any general information you need, check the website or their social medias accounts, Twitter, Facebook and so on. And yeah, hope to see you there. If anybody is going this year and you see me walking about, please don't be shy. I don't bite. You're more than welcome to come and talk to me, and I will talk to you. I like to meet new people, first timers, second timers, whatever it is. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. And Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody, and I will be back hopefully next weekend with a review or whatever I decide to do. So thank you. Bye bye. See you soon.